And we're live. So let's wait for some people to come in because otherwise I'll just be talking to myself and be a crazy person. Will this week be the week that no one tunes in? That is the question. It's bound to happen at some point, isn't it? Let's see if I can get this link tweeted out. Oh. Yo, no longer jamming. How's it going? We have 2 viewers. This is great. Good start. All right. So I'm going to start this every week the same because we have people here now. I'll start talking shit. So, as you know, if you've been following me for any period of time, this channel was originally a podcast. Sometimes I don't have time to do videos on every single song and album that comes out, so I'm doing a live stream every week now. Hey Megan, how's it going? So I've been thinking about bringing the podcast back. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. If I do, it'll be on Monday night for the US, Tuesday night for Australia, where I am. So thinking about bringing it back, maybe. But I think for now, the live chat's good because I get to talk to you guys. So I don't know. I'm going to give it more thought. Maybe I'll do it when I hit like 1,500 subscribers or something, which I'm close to. And quality. always quality over quantity. So today, there has been a whole bunch of news happen. There's been a whole bunch of songs that have come out. And of course, new songs from massive bands had to come out during my week of exams for uni. So I didn't have time to do videos on them. So I'm going to talk about them today. So we're going to talk about the Paramore song, the Rise Against song, Fall Out Boy teasing shit. Going to talk about the fucking shit show that the media has been doing with Five Finger Death Punch. And then some other news, Riot Fest lineup, that kind of shit. And of course, talk to you guys. So I'll see what to talk about first. Favorite records of the year so far? It's a knife fight between like 4 records. It would be the main, obviously, Creeper, Mastodon, and what was the other one? The Menzingers. It's a knife fight between those 4 for my number 1 record of the year so far. I'm leaning Creeper, but every time I listen to the main record, I'm thinking that. Every time I listen to the Mastodon record, I'm thinking that. It's fucking hard as shit. Have I listened to Vessels by Starset? I haven't. It just kind of passed me by, but I'm going to check it out. As far as a John Mayer review goes, I decided not to do one because I'd already reviewed 2/3 of the record because he said he was going to do it in waves and then decided not to. So I basically, all my thoughts are in those 2 reviews of the first 2 waves. What I will say is there's another song that he added to the record called Rosie, which is incredible. It's like straight off of either Heavier Things or Room for Squares kind of thing. So, and then there's the 2 reviews I've already done. So they sum up all my thoughts on the record. I think it's great. That's another one in a knife fight for my number 1. So I have 5 now. So, all right, we have 5 people here. I think that's a good place to start talking about shit. Okay, so this week, Paramore released a new song called Hard Times, and they announced that they're going to release a record. Okay, score for the John Mayer record, 4.5 out of 5. Okay, so Paramore released a new song. And they also announced their new record, After Laughter, is going to be released in 3 weeks. I love this. I think it's better than releasing out of nowhere, because I feel like bands are just doing that now because Avenged did it. And it's better than announcing it 6 months in advance. I think 3 weeks is perfect, and they're not going to hopefully release any other music before it comes out. Maybe they'll release one more song, but announce the record and then get it out. Fucking perfect. To get to the song, Hard Times, this is exactly where I expected Paramore to go. If you listen to songs off the self-titled, like Grow Up, it's exactly where I thought they were going to go. I would have liked to have heard like Taylor riff a bit more, because his riffs on the self-titled were brilliant, even though they weren't heavy riffs. But other than that, I think the song is catchy as fuck. It does play into the thing that everybody's doing now, which is the 80s thing, but they do it really well. Basically, the song has been written really well. And so really, the instrumental that surrounds it doesn't matter if the song is written well. And that's the thing with pop music nowadays, is that the songs just aren't written well. I was talking to the vocalist in my band about this, actually, and he was saying, this is what pop music should be. I could listen to this every day on the radio if that was what pop music is. And I agree with him. It's what pop music should be. There are a few pop artists that do it well, like Ellie Goulding, but yeah, Paramore, killing it. Going into the pop game and absolutely killing it. Panic at the Disco and going into the pop game, absolutely killing it. It's those type of bands that write good music already and then just change up the sonics of it. Still great songs. So, yeah, Paramore, Hard Times, great song, catchy as fuck. I was singing it all day the first day it came out. It was just stuck in my head. And it fun in the 80s is what Hard Times is. Yeah, I can see that. And it fun is a little more rocky. But I get what you mean for sure. And it fun's a bit more extended though. Hard Times is kind of like straight to the point. So, yeah. Next thing that came out, Rise Against released a new song. The day after, I think it was. I couldn't get a review out for that one, which really annoyed me because I got comments of people asking me to review it. So I'm going to review it here. It's called The Violence. It's taken from their record Wolves, which is going to come out in July. I'm pretty sure July 8th, I think, is the release date. So that's still not too far away. I don't mind that. Still pretty far away, though, if I'm honest. But it's been a long time since Rise Against have released a record as well. I think it's been 4 years as well, same as Paramore. So, The Violence. I wasn't a massive fan of the last Rise Against record, The Black Market. I thought there were good songs on it, like I Don't Want to Be Here Anymore. I saw it live when they supported the Foo Fighters over here. It sounded great, but after Endgame, they haven't been to the same standard. This song's brought me back a little bit. I don't think it's brilliant. I think it's good, though. I think the chorus is absolutely massive, and Tim sounds awesome. He sounds as good as he ever has. I do think the melody in the first verse is a little rushed, which is just a tempo issue and just a melodic issue there. But other than that, I think the song is really, really good. I'm actually excited for a Rise Against record again. I was kind of on the fence about whether I wanted another one, because they've just been doing such quality stuff for ages and ages and ages. And The Black Market was the first one that kind of wasn't to my standards. Like, it was the first Rise Against record that I didn't love. I liked it. So it wasn't bad, but yeah, but this song, The Violence, it's really good. It's better than anything that was on Black Market, probably. But yeah, I thought it was good. I'm excited to hear the record. I'm glad they're releasing a record this year. I think it's time. They kept announcing tour dates, and I was like, you kind of out of cycle on the Black Market. So I'm glad they're releasing music, and the fact that I think they're doing a show with Of Mice and Men later in the year. That's cool. It's good to see bigger bands taking out smaller bands. Of Mice and Men, though, without Austin, I'm still on the fence about. I'm going to watch videos of Aaron doing the vocals, but it's just not going to be the same. Oh, we are pumping through this shit. All right. So, yesterday, I'm just going to have a drink here. So, yesterday, I woke up to Fall Out Boy teasing shit. And I got all ready to, I set up my camera. I was like, hey, I'm going to be able to do a single review today. And then they didn't release anything. They did the tease for next week. I fucking hate that. Every band does the tease now. Remember when Paris did it? And they were like, this date. And it ended up just being a tour for the UK. I hate this teasing shit now. Every band does it. It was good back when nobody was doing it and people were just like being cryptic. Now everybody does it. And whenever somebody teases something, you're like, okay, well, now I probably won't hear anything for a few months. I won't be surprised if it gets to next week and nothing happens. And it's just like, yeah, we're going to do this show here at some point. Have fun, kind of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised at that at all because it's kind of what Paris did. But I'm excited for new Fall Out Boy music. I hated the last record, if I'm honest. There were a couple of good songs on it, but it's not the Fall Out Boy that I've loved for. I mean, they were the first band that got me into rock music, so there's that. I thought Saving Rock and Roll was all right. Way more good songs on there. Do I think Andy and Joe are pointless in the new Fall Out Boy stuff? Kinda. They're not being allowed to do anything really. Live, you get to hear that there's some guitars in there, but on the records, you don't hear them. Andy and Joe, I think they're going to get their musicianship out on the Damned Things EP, which apparently they've recorded. So I'm really excited for that because the Damned Things, really good side project. There's not many good side projects out there, but the Damned Things, I mean, fuck, it's got guitar player from Volbeat, guitar player from Anthrax, Joe and Andy, and the singer of Every Time I Die. Are you fucking kidding? It's great. So I'm looking forward to that because we'll get to hear them play. Fall Out Boy, overrated. I don't think they're overrated at all. Everything up to Folie à Deux is 5 out of 5 albums, really. They're the band that got me into rock music. The first show I ever went to, the first album I ever bought. And I think everything up to Folie à Deux, all those records are masterpieces and will stand the test of time. Their first record is still my favorite record, which is shocking. But yeah, Folie à Deux, Infinity on High, From Under the Cork Tree, and the first one, Take This to Your Grave. All brilliant records. Did you listen to them for the first time with the new stuff, or did you start with the old stuff? Phil Lover, let me know. Their new stuff is incredibly overrated. The new stuff sucks. The only reason, this is the thing, music industry. It doesn't matter how shit an album a big band releases. They will give it great scores and they will make it big. And that's why I started this channel, because I was sick of it. Have I checked out Backwards' new album? I haven't. I didn't know about it, to be fair. So I'll check it out. What kind of style is it? Yeah, the fan base gets on my nerves too. Same with all pop punk fan bases. The most violent mosh pits I've ever been in have been pop punk mosh pits, especially Mayday Parade and All Time Low. So yeah. Yeah, if you got into Fall Out Boy on the newer stuff, or tried to listen to the newer stuff first, it's probably the bad move. I'd start with Infinity on High because it's the most commercial that's not the newer stuff. But if you started from the first album and went from there, that'd be how I would do it. But the most poppy stuff that's not the new shit, Infinity on High, is probably a good start. Think you got into Fall Out Boy too late? That's understandable. I think that's going to be a lot of younger people now. Back in 2007, they were the best. And then, yeah, new stuff isn't connecting with me. Time is it here? It's 11:15 a.m. I think it's like 8 o'clock where you guys are, is it not? Some Jetpack Blues. Yeah, it's all right. That's all right. New metal, metalcore, hip hop, hardcore, punk with bits of electronic. So like, kind of like Cane Hill and Silent Wolf. Is that the kind of thing that they are? And Ocean Grove. Because if that's true, I'll check it out for sure. I love that new metal is coming back, and it's not corny. Because when new metal was going out, everybody was releasing corny shit like Limp Bizkit. All right, next thing. Okay, what should I talk about first? Let's talk about, now that we're talking about how shitty the rock media is, let's talk about this whole 5-finger death punch controversy that's been going on. I'm in the future? Yeah, I'm in the future. I'm a day ahead. Oh, 9 p.m. Okay, cool. Okay, 5-finger death punch. New Panic sounds like there is effort and is amazing. The New Panic is basically what Fall Out Boy are trying to do, but done well. Have I heard the new song about Rise Against? I just talked about it like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, all my family probably hates Fall Out Boy because of how much I played them back in the day. All right, I'm going to stop looking at the chat. Rock media suck is basically the point of this next topic, and that's because they put out this thing. Ivan Moody, the singer of 5-Finger Death Punch, was doing an interview, said that kind of implied that he was going to leave the band at the end of 2017. So what the rock media did was, instead of reaching out to their management or reaching out to the band itself and asking them about this, they decided to go, he's leaving the band, a band that had been on this massive career. They've had a lot of controversy. Let's get a front page story, be the first one to report this. He's leaving the band. Today, he had to come out and be like, no, I'm not leaving. We're about to release a record. We're being held up by our label because we're in a suit. And I want to do a side project because I can't put music out right now and it's driving me crazy. See, this is what gets me with the rock media. If they went out and just sent an email to their management, to the band, to Ivan himself on fucking Twitter, they'd probably get a response saying, no, that's not what I meant. I want to do a side project on the side. It's simple shit. It's basic reporting. I don't understand how people don't do this. And as soon as it comes out that Ivan goes, I'm not leaving the band, I don't know what they're talking about, they just lose all their credibility again and they just look stupid. And I love that because they deserve it, because they review every big band really well, no matter if it's shit or good. They come up with fake stories all the time, just like the 5-Finger Death Punch thing. And they just play to the 12-year-old fangirls instead of being good at their job. So the whole point of me talking about this is to go, rock media, you fucking suck. You were starting to do some good things like putting Creeper on the cover. It even came out this week that Caleb put out a shot of him losing weight, calling out the rock media for them saying he was too fat to be on their cover. The fuck? I can't stand it. So, fuck them. Fuck them. This 5-Finger Death Punch sucks. I've never been that into them, to be fair. I just wanted to talk about this so I could fucking, bag out the rock media. But I like songs from them. Rock media is falling fast. I couldn't agree more. They're just losing all their credibility. They're losing subscribers. Nobody's paying for their shit no more. They're becoming BuzzFeed. All of them. They're like Metal Hammer's doing a good job. But other than that, that's fucking shit. All right. So next thing. Black Veil Brides have finished their new record. I'm fucking excited as shit. Now, the reason I'm excited is something that not a lot of people would expect me to be excited about. And it's because they're working with John Feldman. Now, hear me out. John Feldman with Black Veil Brides on their record Wretched and Divine a while ago. And it's by far their best record. And it's because John Feldman worked with a different style of music. John Feldman's been doing a lot of pop punk lately and doing the same thing on every single pop punk record. And Black Veil Brides are a different style. They're doing another concept record. Wretched and Divine is incredible. It's a great record. And although the last Black Veil Brides record was all right, I feel like going back to the theatricality that they're really good at would be really, really cool. So record's finished, so we should get it in like hopefully 6 months, maybe less. Who knows? But I'm excited to hear that. Maybe I should replace the rock media. I'm trying to. And I think people like me, ARTV, Infinity and Hannah, a whole bunch of people like that, we're all trying to do that. That's why we're doing it. Especially, also That's Not Metal, who, if you didn't see, they're going to have to be shut down in like 6 weeks if they can't get a sponsor or people don't donate to them. Go out and support them because they're the best rock media outlet there is right now. So go help them, please. But yeah, that's what I'm doing on here. That's what a whole bunch of people are doing on here. That's Not Metal are doing. We're trying to be the new voice, being honest, talking about things that we've researched, making sure that we never lie to you. I'll always be 100% honest with you. I'll never be able to be paid out to review a record well. I just can't do that because, you know, I love music. I'm always going to be honest. If I like an album, I'm going to say I like an album. If I hate an album, I'm going to say how much I hate it, and I'm going to say why I hate it, and I'm going to explain it. Whereas these rock media outlets will just be like, they're a big band, buy their album, so that they keep being on our cover and so that we don't say bad things about people because that would be mean. No. Fuck that. And yeah, they won't. Going back. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, That's Not Metal. Great podcasts. Got me into doing this. So, yeah. So the Black Veil Brides record, really excited to hear that. Yeah, right, Brad. They probably won't release it to the fall because Andy Black is on Warped. But you never know. They've already released a single. I don't think that song is going to be on the record, to be fair. But yeah, I'm excited to hear new Black Veil Brides. I liked the Andy Black record a bit. But Black Veil Brides are great, which is an unpopular opinion, but they're great. Final topic, really, and we're only 24 minutes in, but I'll just keep talking to you. So I've got one more story here to talk about, and that's something that I'm very jealous about. The Riot Fest 2017 lineup. Why are you people in the US so fucking lucky? You get all these massive festivals, and we don't have a festival over here anymore because Soundwave went under. So I'm going to talk about the band that I'm jealous of you guys seeing. And bands you should be seeing. AP never gives a negative review. That's exactly right. Exactly right. Actually, you know what? They'll give a bad review if the band is small enough. But if the band are second stage Warped Tour and above, never, ever, ever will get a bad review. But they'll, like smaller bands, they'll do a bad review of a great record, which, like, our last night's record, they gave bad review to. I was like, the fuck are you talking about? But, you know, anyway. By the way, if I look tired, it's because I played a show last night, and it was shit. All right, so, Riot Fest lineup. You guys, lucky motherfuckers. All right, so, Nine Inch Nails. I've never really been into them, but great headliner. Queens of the Stone Age are a great band. Um, I'm not sure if they're big enough to headline still, but great. And then Jawbreaker is the third headliner, another band that are coming back from the depths of being retired, I guess. I have a feeling that because the same day, they're probably going to bump Paramore up to co-headliner because, you know, Paramore are bigger than Queens of the Stone Age, Nine Inch Nails, and Jawbreaker right now. They're going to sell more records than any of those bands. Then we've got Prophets of Rage, which is Rage Against the Machine without the balls and without the emotion and without any integrity. So don't see them. As you know, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, so you should see them. Day to Remember, always a brilliant live band. Taking Back Sunday, their last record was awesome. Jealous of you guys getting to see them. Newfound Glory, I'm going to be reviewing their record next week. It's actually really good. So they've only had one bad record now, so they're going to be great. Fiddler, they're a sick punk band that you should definitely be checking out. Pennywise is sick. Bayside, I liked parts of their last record. I can't get into his voice, but I'd imagine it'd be a lot of fun live. Mayday Parade, I'm sure they're probably doing Alternative Romantics in full still. Minus the Bear, their last record I reviewed, it's quite good. The Menzingers are one of the bands that are in a knife fight for my #1 album of the year. Gua, go see them because they're just fucking weird as shit. Real Friends sucks, I don't watch them. Story So Far, currently recording their new record. State Champs, I mean, maybe they'll have new music out by then. I doubt it. For You Strong is sick. Knuckle Puck is sick. The Flatliners, I was going to review their record, but it just didn't. Here's the thing. If I don't review a record, it's either because I couldn't get through it because it was that bad, or it was just so middle of the road that I didn't really have anything to say about it other than it's fine. So that's why I didn't review the Flatliners record, because it's fine. Like, if it's, I'd be going through the review going, the guitar playing, it's fine. The vocals, they're fine. The songwriting, it's fine. I'd been the whole review. So, and the Smith Street Band, great band from Australia. Lots of fun to see live. Great lineup. John's dying to go to Riot Fest. I'm dying to go to Riot Fest. Everybody's dying to go to Riot. Yeah. How far is it away from you? The only bad Newfound Glory record for me is their last one. Their new record is really good, so I'm excited to review that. Who do I think are the most overrated bands and artists in the modern era? Overrated, obvious one is 5 Seconds of Summer, really. You know, Sleeping with Sirens are extremely overrated. Let me go through my list. I'm sure I've got a list on here somewhere of overrated bands. Real Friends are overrated. I think that, let's see, Amity Affliction, obviously, they shouldn't be big. They're that bad. I think that As It Is are quite overrated. Beyonce is very overrated. Let's see. I could talk way more about underrated bands, but overrated bands, the new Bullet for My Valentine stuff. The old Bullet for My Valentine stuff is great, but there's that. Crown the Empire are extremely overrated. Let's see. Escape the Fate, it's new shit, is extremely overrated. I know they're getting smaller, but still it's overrated. Anyway, you know, there's a whole bunch of overrated bands. Got into an argument with someone that said Modern Baseball is overrated. I wouldn't say they're overrated. I can't get into them, honestly. I'm going to give their new record another listen because I've heard just nothing but great things. But for me, I just couldn't get into the sound of it, unfortunately. So that's just my taste. Can't stand Kellen Quinn. He seems like a bitch. I completely agree. And I don't know him as a person, obviously, but not a fan. And how people say he's a good vocalist is beyond me. Just go watch any live video that isn't auto-tuned to shit. Because when they release Pro Shot ones, they obviously tune the vocals. All right, so now I guess I'll just talk to you guys for a bit until questions stop coming in, because that's all the topics I've got other than the Gorillaz album leaked. So I'm not sure if I'm going to review it, but I'll listen to it and see if I have something to say about it. The Wonder Years are overrated? I disagree. Sorry. I think they're great. I think they're one of the shining lights in pop punk right now. It's them, Story So Far, Knuckle Puck. Maybe that's it. Here are my favorite underrated bands. Black Peaks are a great, great band from the UK. The Menzingers should be way, way bigger than they are. Underrated bands. All right. There are bands that are underrated right now, but are going to be huge, like Creeper. They're probably not underrated now that the media have actually got on board, but I've always got to mention Creeper in a live stream, don't I? Underrated bands. Marmozets easily are one of the most underrated bands on the planet. They're going to release a new record this year, and I'm so pumped up for that because their last record was probably the best debut record you could possibly ever hope to get out of a band. So Marmozets are at number one right now. Ghost are starting to become popular, which is good because they're extremely underrated. I know they've won a Grammy, but still they're underrated. Let me see. I don't think Issues get the credit that they deserve. I know they're getting bigger, but they deserve to be a lot bigger. They don't get the credit they deserve at all. The Main are starting to get big as well, but they're still playing tiny venues. They've got so many brilliant records. They haven't had a dud, so that I'd say underrated for them as well. Moose Blood are underrated. They should be way bigger than they are. Our Last Night, they're probably close to number one for me as well because everybody just watches their covers. They don't realize that they're actually a band that does their own stuff, and they just do covers in between records when they don't have, music to write. But all their records so good. Up until their last two have been brilliant. Before that, their lyrics weren't great, but that's because when they got signed to Epitaph, their screaming vocalist was 12, I'm pretty sure, and now he's 21. So, and now he can write mature lyrics. But yeah, their last two, Younger Dreams and the Oak Island GP, spectacular. Seeing Knuckle Puck on Friday, I'm extremely jealous about that. I'm excited for a new Knuckle Puck record. Let Live are underrated. I don't agree with that. Every single record has been praised by both fans and media, and they're starting to be on some really big tours. So Let Live are just growing as a band. So that's just what happens. After Image, I've never heard of them. Dance Gavin Devon, if Dance Gavin Dance went gent, or if they had a baby with Error. Okay. I don't love the sound of that because I love Dance Gavin Dance, how they are. But Error are all right. They were one of the first albums I reviewed. Yeah, Boston Manor are underrated as fuck. They really are. Yeah. Just look at the Full Sail University stage at Warped, and you'll see every underrated band in the scene, basically. There are some bands on there that are shit, but you'll see a lot of the most underrated bands in the scene on that stage. Wonder Years are underrated? I don't know about that. Everybody quite... And Brand New aren't underrated. They're one of the bands that started the scene. Would I ever consider doing something critique show for audience submitted music, either their own music or music that you like, for example. Are you talking about like people submitting music to me and I'll review it? Okay, so here's what I've been thinking, because I get people commenting on my reviews or messaging me with their albums, asking me to review them. Thing is, with doing that, for the amount of time that has to go into doing a review of a record, which is listening to the record 5 times, writing the notes, which usually takes a couple of hours, filming the review, editing the review, and putting it up, which for Australia, for me to put up a review after it's been edited, takes about 4 hours. So for like 10 hours, 12 hours of work on a band that I'm going to get maybe 20 views on, it's not really worth it. What I've been thinking about doing, though, is getting people to submit their music to me, and I'll choose one band a month to do. If I bring back the podcast, though, I will review smaller bands that don't have a following, kind of thing, like that people submit to me. Like if I bring the podcast back, I'll do that. But for now, it's just not worth that much time doing. Sorry. It's just the struggles of being a small channel. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing it once a month or bring back the podcast. But, you know, that would just be once a week podcast, and then the reviews would still be, you know, as they are always be. And yeah. No, you're thinking more like people submit a single song. You do maybe 4 or 5 per episode. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. I've got a bit of time off now, so yeah, I'll think about doing that. That could be cool. Maybe do that once a month, and get people to do maybe more than 4 or 5, and yeah, do a roundup kind of thing. That could be cool. It's a good idea, Jimmy. I'll write that down actually. But yeah, I'll either do that or bring that back to the podcast, or I'll just do it on here, kind of thing. And maybe that'll get more people watching the chats. Any more questions, people? What bands can I recommend to a newcomer to pop punk? I'd go old school. Or maybe not even old school. I'd go the first State Champs record, because it's brilliant. I'd go, let me iPod. Okay, so first State Champs record, first Panic at the Disco record. I'd go Don't Panic by All Time Low, because it's one of the best pop punk records ever made. I'd go not anything from Blink, because Blink are pretty people like them and people hate them, so they're probably not a good one to start. I'd go, let's have a look. I'd go Infinity on High by Fall Out Boy, because it's the most poppy. That's not the new shit. If you don't care about poppy, then I'd go Follow Your Do, or the first one. I don't listen to a lot of pop punk anymore, but I'd say The Main, but they're not really pop punk. I'd say Moose Blood, but they're not really pop punk. I'd go by Relient K. That's a brilliant record. Let's have a look. I'm nearly at the end of my rope here. Yeah, that's probably it. Those are the ones that I'd probably tell you to listen to, honestly. Any more questions, people? How long has this been going for? 40 minutes. Good stuff. I might wrap this up at 45, because It's been a slow news week. I really though wanted to talk about the new Paramore song and the new Rise Against song, so that's why I'm doing this. But yeah, if you have any more questions, hit me up right now. Best pop punk ever, album ever is Paramore. Right, better though. It's not even the best Paramore record though. Nah, it's your opinion, but that's my opinion. Water Parks, you'll either love or hate. Actually, you know what? I was kind of in the middle. I like songs on that record, and I hate some songs on that record. But if you like really poppy rock music, then Water Parks is definitely for you. Favorite pop punk album ever is Reach for the Sun by The Dangerous Summer. I've never checked them out, to be fair. I might check it out. But as I said, I've kind of grown a little bit out of pop punk. I like when a pop punk record comes out that's of really great quality, then I really enjoy it. Speaking of which, my Have Mercy review will be coming out tomorrow. Favorite screamers. This is a cool one. As a screamer myself, this is cool. Austin Carlisle, probably number one for me. Hence why I think If Mice and Men won't be around in 2 years. So Austin Carlisle is probably number one for me. Then we've got Caleb from Beartooth. I've never heard such emotion in a dude's voice before. Let me go back to my list. I really, really like Sam Carter from Architects. It's absolutely brilliant. Again, just a dude who can emit emotion really, really well. On record, Ollie from Bring Me is great. He kind of deteriorates live, but Sleep's record that came out this week, and you hear Ollie's part on it. So good. And yes, I know Have Mercy are not pop punk, they're emo. I mentioned that in my review. I know that. I put them in the same camp as Moose Blood. Favorite screamers, keep going. Let's see. Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die, obviously. The vocalist from House vs. Hurricane, if you haven't checked that band out, he's brilliant. Let's see. Howard Jones, who used to be in Killswitch Engage, is a great screaming vocalist, even better clean vocalist as well. But yes, let me see if there's any more. Yeah, no. Number one for me is definitely Austin from formerly Above Master. Let's see what else you got. Fucking love Hellion Screamer. He is really good. He is really, really, really good. And yeah, Michael from Issues is good as well. Not so good at the clean vocals, especially live. But on the record, they sound good. But that's the magic of being in a studio. Yeah, so many pop punk bands. It's hard to go through all the crap and get the good. That's the problem with pop punk at the moment. It's also the problem with metalcore at the moment. There's just so much shit. And that's why I've kind of grown out of those two genres. Who's John Floriani? Spencer Chamberlain. I've never been into Under Oath, so I can't really say that. You just mentioned it as I pressed enter. Oh, yeah. Any more questions, people? I think now we have the most people I've ever had in a live stream before. This is cool. Thoughts on Memphis May Fire? I hate them. I reviewed their last record. It was in my worst record of the year, I'm pretty sure. I hate them. I can't stand their vocalist, Matty Mullins. I think he's a bad person. Not that I met him personally, but just think he's a bad person from everything I've seen. And yeah, they write shit music with shit lyrics and shit songwriting. So Tyler Carter is the best clean vocalist in a metalcore band. I think he's one of the best vocalists on the planet. I think he's probably the best rock vocalist there is right now. Does something that nobody else can do. Trophy Eyes vocalist is good on record, but go look up Chlorine Acoustic. There's a video of them in like a white room, no mics or anything, just two guitarists and him standing up. Go watch that video and tell me he's a good vocalist. He can't sing live. It's all studio trickery. Sorry. And I love that record, but he can't sing live. Sorry. Do I like Pierce the Veil? I like them. I like shit. I like Collide with the Sky and the one before that. I wasn't a fan of the last record, to be honest, but I think they're really good at what they do. And Vic's gotten really good live. He used to be pretty bad, but if you go watch their Reading Festival set from, I think it was 2 years ago, killed it. So yeah, I like Pierce the Veil. I just hope they release something better than the last record next time. I think that really had a lot to do with Collide with the Sky was so good, and we had to wait so long for the record that it just didn't quite meet the hype. Metalcore has so much crap, but when a good one comes out, you miss it. Sometimes, not recently though. Like the new While She Sleeps came out this week, and it was the first metalcore record that I've really, really liked since Bury Tomorrow's record last year. So if you like good metalcore, go check out the new While She Sleeps. If you want a good starting point on that record, go and look up the first single, Silence Speaks. It's got Ollie from Bring Me in it, and it's brilliant. Favorite Dance Gavin Dance vocalist and why? I didn't know they had more than one vocalist. Sorry, I'm not that into them. Like I like them, but I haven't gone deep into them. I know. Oh, hey Alex, how's it going? Hey, Upside Down by Set It Off. But do you prefer Duality or Cinematics more? I love Duality. I actually listened to it again. It was in my top 10 records of the year it came out. I still think it's great. As much as I don't like the band's personality, their image, what they're doing now, and their new music, Duality is brilliant. So, and I haven't really been that deep into Cinematics. I got into Set It Off through Duality. So I have to kind of go back and listen to Cinematics a bit more, but Duality for me, for sure. Any more questions? If not, I'll wrap it up in a couple of minutes. Because I've got to go watch some fights. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I love the UFC. It's the only sport I will ever watch. Because it's metal as fuck. I've only listened to the last Dance Gavin Dance record, so I really can't give that much of an opinion on them. What do I think of the new Fall Out Boy will sound like? Even poppier than American Beauty, American Psycho? I don't know how that's possible, but I won't be surprised if Andy and Joe are. I won't be surprised if you can't hear a single semblance of anything involving Andy or Joe, or a guitar, or any drums. It'll just be synths and drum machines, so probably. See, the thing is, I think, like, as much as I love the Panic at the Disco's, as much as I love Panic at the Disco's first record, I think they are really good at being a pop band, whereas I think that Fall Out Boy were a lot better at being a rock band than they are at being a pop band. Thoughts on the new album by Incubus? I haven't checked it out. I'm not excited to check it out, but I will listen to it. I won't review it probably. When was the last time Incubus released good music is really the question. It's been a long time. I should listen to DGD's previous albums. I've been meaning to. Every time I do one of these live streams, Dance Gavin Dance become a major topic. So I do have to check out more of their records. When I listened to their last record, it reminded me of Issues a lot in the vocals. And they're quite techy, and I love progressive music. So I do have to check them out more. I just haven't gotten around to it. And Johnny, yeah, the thing, I did know that they used to have Johnny Craig in their band, but I hate that dude. I think he's a bad dude. Can't say I hate him because I haven't met him, but I think he's a bad dude. And I know he was who influenced Tyler Carter from Issues, but Tyler's probably better. Yeah, but I got to check out the new Incubus, I guess. Any more questions? Just to let you guys know what's coming out next week, reviews wise. Let me have a look. Going to good old Kingdom Leagues to have a look at the release dates. Okay, so next week I'm reviewing Newfound Glory, and that's it. So I'll probably do another cover. What other thing is band Can't Swim? I actually, thank you to That's Not Metal Radio. I've had their album in my phone for fucking ages since it came out, and I haven't gotten around to listening to it. But I heard the first single on That's Not Metal Radio, and I really liked it. So I'm going to review it at some point as like a catch up when there's nothing coming out. I might do it this week, but yeah, I thought it was really good. I'm excited to check it out. Probably one of the standout bands in that scene right now. Yeah, Can't Swim. I'm thinking about doing a full band cover next, like playing drums and bass and guitar and all that shit. I'm thinking about doing Helpless by John Mayer because I learnt the solo to that the other day, and I was like, yeah, I want to do a guitar cover of this. Am I going to review the new Fall Out Boy song, or just wait for the album? I'm going to review the new Fall Out Boy song for sure. I always hate it because of the time difference. I work on Fridays, but because it's coming out on a Friday in the US, hopefully it'll drop in a Saturday here and I can review it straight away. The thing is, when I'm at work, I get 3 p.m. here, which is like middle of the night for you, like real early morning for you guys. So I'm already a day late, and it's just not worth it. But yeah, I'll definitely review the new Fall Out Boy song. I'll always cover Fall Out Boy. They're the band that got me into rock music. So, have I listened to the new 311 material? I've never heard of 311. What kind of style of music are they? I might check it out if it sounds enticing. But yeah, I don't know what to cover this week. I'm thinking either I'll do the full band cover of Helpless by John Mayer, or what's good that's come out. Me and the vocalist in my band are going to cover Hard Times by Paramore. We're going to do an acoustic one of that on our Last Second Covers channel. So we'll do a cover of that eventually when he comes over and we can do it. Oh, it's coming out on Thursday in the US? Damn it. If I don't get any views, then oh well. I'll review it regardless. I haven't got many videos to I've got one video to do this week, so I'll have the time. And I can film that fucking review today if I wanted to, because I've had the record for 2 weeks. Do an American accent for laughs? I don't even know how to do an American accent. I think I didn't even know Australian accents were that strong. I think I have a pretty low-key Australian accent, but there's some people that I'm like, whoa, we actually sound like that. Like sometimes I get caught off guard. But do I have to do an American accent? I think there are some American accents that are easy to do, like Boston. Like literally you just have to like add W's to everything. So like you have to go Boston, But that one's pretty easy. Or New York, you can just be like, "Get out of here," because that's what New Yorkers say, because they're rude. But I want to be over in the US soon. I wouldn't do that. I want to get out of Australia. I'm sick of this shit. All right. I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes. So any last minute questions? Do it. And then I'm going to go watch some fights. Watch Conor McGregor's teammate get knocked out, probably. It's okay. Like, I know in the US you say record and I say record, but other than that, I think it's kind of the same. Do Southern? I don't know how to do Southern. I don't want to do Cletus from Simpsons. Do I like Billy Joel? I've never really given him that big of a listen. His hits are timeless. But yeah, I've never really given him that much of a listen. I'm not going to do Southern. Oh, sorry. I only know how to do Boston because I've watched too many Ben Affleck movies. All right, couple more minutes. Any more brain busters? Who I think is the worst band ever and why? Shit. I would say Simple Plan, but their early stuff is really good. The worst bands are probably I Prevail. And I say I Prevail because they've never done anything that has made them any good as a band. So they got big doing a really, really bad Taylor Swift cover. And then they released an album full of really, really, really bad songs. And they're massive now. Like, they're playing main stage at Warped Tour. What the fuck is that shit? Fuck that band. They are shit. And it makes me want to give up as a musician when bands like that get big, because maybe it's just being my ego talking, but I think my music is a lot better than that shit. And it's actually, difficult to write and, is creative. Any band that every other band, that's it. Oh yeah, I did forget about Blood on the Dance Floor. Blood on the Dance Floor are really bad. Really, really, really bad. Same with Davey Suicide. So that's another two. But Blood on the Dance Floor, I wouldn't say are the worst band ever because they're hilarious. I Prevail take themselves so seriously and they're so bad. Blood on the Dance Floor you can laugh at. Did you quit your gym membership when they played that song? God, I would have walked out. In fact, maybe I'd see them. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. The hardest thing of doing a live stream is knowing when to wrap it up. It has now been an hour. I'm going to wrap it up now. So thank you all for watching. Whenever there's things that I missed throughout the week, I will be doing live streams. Usually it's going to be every week. I missed the last 2 weeks, but there was so much music that came out this week that I didn't have time to make videos for all of them. So here I am. Thank you all for watching. Reviews this week are of Newfound Glory. Maybe Can't Swim if I can find the time. And I might do a cover, either of John Mayer's new song Helpless or of something else. Who knows? So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.